Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to do a 25-minute 20 question SAT math test. So if you would like to read the instructions, feel free to hit the pause button. The main instructions are this is a non-calculator paper and these are the formulas that could be used during the test. So let's start with the first question. Here we have x minus 1 is equal by 3 is equal to k is equal to 3. Then what is the value of x? So we'll just say x minus 1 by 3 is equal to 3. So x minus 1 is equal to 3 times 3, which would be 9. So x minus 1 is 9. So 9 plus 1 would be equal to 10. So answer is D for this question. Next question is for I is equal to square root of negative 1. So this is a complex number question. What is the sum? So we just need to add the numbers and add the complex numbers together. So minus 8 plus 7 would be minus 1 and plus 3 plus 9 would be 12. So we're looking for minus 1 plus 12i. Minus 1 plus 12i is your option A. Now, third question is on a Saturday afternoon, Armin sends M text after 5 hours each, and this Tyrone sends P text for each hour after 4 hours. So, which of the following represents the total messages sent by them? So, M text for every 5 hours would be 5M, and P text for every 4 hours would be plus 4P. So, the number of texts would be 5M plus 4P in total. Next question is Kathy is a repair technician for a phone company. Each week she receives a batch of phones that need repairs. The number of phones that she has left to fix at the end of each day is estimated with this equation. P is equal to 108 minus 23D. So you can skim a question to figure out, like, a lot of text can be skipped, where P is the number of phones left and D is the number of days she has worked. Then what is the meaning of the value 108? So I think in this equation, if you look carefully, she starts with a certain number of phones, and as she repairs, those get subtracted from it. So this is the number of phones that she has to fix. So starts each week with 108 phones to fix. That would be your answer in the question. And if they would have asked how many is she doing every day, then that would be 23 phones per day. So let's move ahead to the next question. Here we have to simplify it. So you add the values which have the same exponent. So x square y minus x of minus would be plus. So you're looking for 2x square y. So you can eliminate both these options because neither of them have 2x square y. And then let's see what differentiates. So here we have an xy square term, and the second one doesn't have the xy square term. So here we have 5xy square minus 3xy square. So we are looking for 2xy square term, whereas this has 8xy square. So this is one way to quickly figure out what the answer is without having to solve it. So the sixth question is H is equal to 3a plus 28.6. This is pediatrician use the above model to figure out the height of a boy in terms of the boy's age. So A is the age, H is the height of the boy between the years 2 and 5. Based on the model, what is the estimated increase each year? So if the height, obviously the when the boy is born would be a certain height, and gradually it's increasing. So the rate at which it's increasing would be the thing that's getting multiplied by to the years. So 3 would be the number of inches that the height of the boy is increasing each year. Let's move ahead to the next question. Here we have this complicated looking formula which might look intimidating, but it says that the formula here gives the monthly payment M that needs to be paid off a loan P. So P is your total amount that needs to be paid off, and M is the monthly payment. R is the rate of percent. Which of the following gives P in terms of M, R, and N? So if I were to take this term to the other side, it would be m into 1 plus r by 1200 minus m, and that is equal to this whole thing times b. So that would be equal to r by 1200 times 1 plus r by 1200 to the power n times P. So if I can divide this entire thing by this equation, then that should be my answer. So that's what I will be looking for. Or yeah, so let's see what that looks like. So P would be equal to M times 1 plus R by 1200 minus 1 whole divided by 1200 r by 1200 times 1 plus r by 1200 whole to the power n, which seems to be, by the looks of it, option B. So that should be your answer. Now, the next question is, if a by b is equal to 2, then what is the value of b by a times 4? So, the first thing that we want to do in such a question is, let's flip it and say, so if a by b is 2, then b by b a would be the reciprocal. So, that's 1 by 2. Now, we are multiplying both sides with 4. So, our answer should be equal to 2. This is how you can quickly solve such a question. The next question is 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 23 and 2y minus x is equal to negative 19. Then the solution. So instead of solving it, I'm just going to substitute the values and see which satisfies the equation. So if I put minus 5 into this, it would be minus 15 plus 4 into minus 2 would be minus 8. So we're getting minus 23. So first point lies on this equation. Now let's try putting it in the second equation. So this would be minus 4 plus 5, which is coming out to be 1. So this does not lie on the second equation. Now I'm going to try to do the same over here. So negative 16, negative 3. So it lies on the in the second equation, but I'm going to put this in the first one. So here we're going to get 9 minus 32, which is going to be minus 23. Yeah, so B lies on both the equations, so that would be the solution. And this is how you can quickly find out if the system of equation solution, just by substituting it in the lines, is satisfying the equation or not. Next one is, for the function define a as a constant, g of 4 is equal to 8. That means when we plug the value of 4 into this function, we would get a times 16 plus 24 should be equal to 8. So 16a is equal to minus 16, so a should be equal to negative 1. And if a is negative 1, then they're asking us to find g of negative 4. So this would be 16 times negative 1 plus 24, which is going to be 16 minus 24, 8. So the answer that you're looking for is 8. Look how they've placed negative 1 also over here. But they're trying to trick you, because if you didn't read the question carefully, you would go ahead and mark negative 1 as the answer, as you would think that they are looking for a's value instead of g of negative 4. So it's important to read the whole question before marking your answer. Let's move ahead. Here we have again two equations given. B and C represent the price per pound in dollars of beef and chicken, and X is the number of weeks. So, what is the price per pound of beef when it is equal to the price of per pound of chicken? So basically, if we're saying that if both the prices are the same, then what is the value of x? So we are doing 2.35 plus 0.5x is 0.25x is equal to 1.75 plus 0.4x. So I'm just going to take this to the other side and take here. So 2.35 minus 1.75 is equal to 0.4x minus 0.25x. So this would be 0 and this would be 13. So 60 would be 35. Yeah. So 0.6 is equal to 0.15x. So x would be 60 by 15, which is equal to 4. All right, so no need to worry over here. Once we find the value of x equal to 4, we have to find the price of per pound of beef. So we need to put x value over here. So this would be 2.35 plus 0.25 times 4, which would be 3.35. So your answer should be D. Sometimes if you don't find your answer immediately in the options, read the question and see what you're looking for. Have confidence in what you've solved. Let's go ahead to the next question. A line xy passes through the origin and has a slope of 1 by 7. So the line should be y is equal to x by 7. Because if you put y is equal to mx plus c, and here they're saying it has no intercepts because the line is passing through the origin. So here they're saying which of the following points lie on the line. So if I plug in x is 7, I should be getting y value as 1. So here we're getting y is 7 when x is 1, 7 comma 7, 0 comma 7, and 14 comma 2. So this will be the right answer, because if I plug 14 over here, then the answer would be correct. Okay, let's go to the next question now. Here we have, for which of these values is this equivalent? So we're just looking for the factors over here are 2 and 3. So let's do the cross multiplication. Here, if we take, this would be x plus 3 plus x plus 2 whole divided by x plus 2 times x plus 3. Another quick way of doing this is which of these have factors 2 and 3. So this is the only one which has factors 2 and 3 in the denominator, whereas here the factors are in the numerator. If you look carefully, this is eventually going to go on the top, so your answer should be B. All right, let's move to the next question now. Here the question is 3x minus 12, 3x minus y is equal to 12. Then what is the value of 8 to the power x minus 2 to the power y? First thing we have to do is make the 8 as 2 to the power 3 to the power x whole divided by 2 to the power y. So this is nothing but 2 to the power 3x minus, if we take this on top, y, so 3x minus y. So we're essentially saying this is 2 to the power 12 if we substitute the value from the question over here. Let's move ahead to the next question now. The next question is ax plus 2 into bx plus 7 is equal to 15x square plus cx plus 14. Then what are all the values for which a plus b is 8? So the first thing is that what are the possible values of c? So if I cross multiply this, I'm going to get abx squared, which means ab should be equal to 15. And the second hint that we have is a plus b should be equal to 8. So the next thing that we can say is what are the possible values of c? So c is going to be 7ax plus 2bx, right? So if we take x common, 7a plus 2b is the value that should be equal to cx. So 7a plus 2b should be equal to c. Now here they're saying what are all the possible values of C. So we have a couple of things. First one is A and B can be 3 and 5, because if you add 3 and 5, that's 8, and AB is going to be 15. So if I put that value over here, I'm going to get 7 3s 21 plus 5 2s are 10. So C is going to be equal to 31. That's one value. The other value where A plus B is 8 and so there's only one option over here which has the value 31. So you can directly go ahead and mark 31 comma 41. Let's move ahead to the next question now. The next question is if t is greater than 0 and t square minus 4 is equal to 0, then what is the value of t? So here t square minus 4 is equal to 0. Now this part we've come to the non-MCQ questions. So here if t square minus 4 is equal to 0, so t square is equal to 4. So t should be either plus 2 or minus 2. But they've said t is greater than 0. So we will eliminate the negative value and just say t is equal to 2 is our final answer. So let's move ahead to the free form next question over here. A summer camp counselor wants to find the length x of the lake over here, and this is represented by AB, EB, BD, CD, and the sketch where AB is 1800. So AB is 1800. EB is going to be equal to 1400. And then we are saying BD is equal to 700 and CD is 800. So BD is 700 and BD is 700 and CD is 800. So if we look carefully, one of the angles is same. These are also opposite angles. So these two angles would also be the same. So essentially, we're looking at similar triangles over here where proportionality would apply, and that will help us figure out what the values should be. So here they're saying what is the value of x if the segments AC and DE intersect at B and AEB is equal to CDB. So let's look carefully over here. 1800, 1400, 700, 800. So what we can do is we can say BD by EB should be the same as AE by DC. So BD by EB is going to be 700 divided by 1400 should be equal to AE, which is X divided by, sorry, BD by EB. BD by EB should be the same as DC. My bad. This should be DC by AE. So this would be DC is 800 and X. So we're getting 1 by 2 is equal to 800 by X. So X should be 800 times 2, which is going to be 1600. That should be your answer using the similar triangles property. Now, the next question is, according to the system of solutions, what is the value of x? So we can use elimination over here and multiply this equation by 2. So you would get 2x plus 2y is equal to negative 18 and x plus 2y is equal to minus 25. Let's subtract both the equations. So this gets cancelled out. You're left with x is equal to 25 minus 18. That would be 7. So the value of x is going to be 7 in this question. The next question is the right angle triangle has one measure x where sine x is equal to 4 by 5. So if this angle is x, then sine is always going to be opposite over hypotenuse. So this is given as 4 over 5. Then they're saying what is the value of cos 90 minus x? So that's interesting that they've asked us the value of cos theta of this. This is nothing but the sine theta of x, 90, because they're complementary angles. So cos 90 minus x is also going to be 4 by 5 because that's the proportionality of the angle. And complementary angles have the same value for sine and cos. Let's go ahead to the last question over here. We have a is equal to 5 root 2. 2a is equal to root 2x. Then what is the value of x? So I'm just going to multiply this a over here with this. So this is 10 root 2 is equal to root 2x. I can split it up. I can write it as root x times root 2 is equal to 10 root 2. So root 2 and root 2 gets cancelled. So x value would be 100. That is the last question. If you like my videos, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, comment and like and share for more. Bye bye.